Okay, this is Matt, and we are on the Moreau Creek, North Moreau Creek. We could not put in at Murphy's Ford like I wanted, so we had to come to Meadows Ford to put in. Little view of what it's like here. This is my camping trip. There's my shuttle guy. He'll come and find me wherever it is I end up. At the current time, I'm not sure where that's going to be. But I'll send him coordinates and that'll be his problem. So we're going originally 54 miles. I'm not sure how much mileage we had to take off because we couldn't put in where we wanted because of road closures, and we could only get like a quarter mile or within a quarter mile of the river, and it was a little more than we wanted to walk. So let's begin this trip and see where our first campsite will be. I have not a clue where that's going to be, but we'll find one along the way. So, here it is, we are underway. This is the North Moreau Creek. It's going to take me, and for you guys watching, to the Moreau River. We're going to end up at the Missouri River, but there's no takeout there. So we'll have to paddle back upriver about 1.5 miles to the Moreau 50 access. Had I put in at Moreau or at Murphy's Ford as I wanted, according to the paddler's guide, I was 5 miles from where North Moreau Creek becomes navigable. So now I'm not sure how far I am. I don't remember the mileage between the 2 points. But this is the Moreau Creek, North Moreau Creek. There is a South Moreau Creek. Both creeks run into the Moreau River at the same point. Looks to be a beautiful little creek. Let's see what it has in store for us. It is Memorial Day weekend, 2022. I'm floating this creek to river without any real float plan. Which is not a good idea in most cases. However, my shuttle guy is tracking me, so should something happen, he will know where I'm at. This creek and river, once we get to the river, is mostly farmland. So ought to be nice, beautiful, which I'm sure it will be. It's supposed to be a windy weekend. It was hard to say how many miles per day I could do on this because I could not get any information on the flow of the river or the creek height, the river height I got, and the river, once I get to the river, will be nice and floatable. But the creeks I had no information on. Couldn't seem to find any information, so I'm just winging it. Or, well, I guess I shouldn't say winging it. In this case, I'm just paddling it. So this is a 2-day camping trip. I may turn it into a 3-day camping trip, I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how good the river and the creek is to me as far as how I progress down the river. I have a couple of campsites in mind. The question is, will I reach them when I need to reach them? Or will I just have to find something along the way suitable before it gets dark? All questions I don't have answers to right now. Looks like a nice stretch of fun water coming out. Oh, that's what it's all about right there. There's what this is all about. All right. Looks like we got some more coming up. So this is going to be interesting. We got a nice little right curve. I'm sorry, left curve. We have to stay away from that bank over there. That'd be a bad thing. And we're going to be in the fast walk. Well, you can't just float through it because it's going to take you right into where you don't want to be. So we got to actively paddle. Nice little strainer up there, which we're going to stay away from. Pillar rock. Piece of cake. Water like that, you do not just float through. It will take you right into those branches right there, or that tree right there, and you will have a bad day. Well, if the rest of the trip goes like this, we could have an exciting little time. Well, we're passing under the Hem Street Bridge. And right down here will be Route C Bridge. Right there's the Route C Bridge. Moreau Creek seems to have quite a few little surprises in it. Here's some more nice water. Lots of obstacles to avoid. Could be interesting. This is one of those times where you say to yourself, let's just see how really good I am. That was pretty awesome. nice, peaceful little creek. We had a few little surprises. Could be one of those little creeks where there is a potential for surprise around every bend. And this little creek has lots of bends and twists in it. Actually, so far it's had a better flow than what I had expected to have. I think the better water is over here on the right. We got a potential for strainers right there, so we don't want too close. And it's really shallow, so yep. Getting away from that strainer. This is the first time I've had this kayak, River Runner, fully loaded with all my camping equipment. And it handles quite well, but at the same time it handles a little bit different. Took a little bit of getting used to the difference. But it handles very well. Pelican 12-foot kayak. Bought it just for kayak camping because it has quite a bit of weight capacity, 375 pounds I believe. Actually use this kayak a lot more than I had anticipated using it because I use it for a lot, day trips and, well, depending on the day trip. But yes, it works so far. Very nice for camping trips. through that eddy line and it gave me a little whirl. That was kind of cute. This little creek is, I had no idea what to expect from this little creek, but I'm liking it. I think the water level is a little bit up, but then again, it's springtime. I'm not sure how well it'd be under lower or normal water conditions. But this is a nice little creek. It does have quite a few obstacles, I believe. Seems like more than most rivers. I have quite a few strainers I've noticed, but haven't been a real problem staying out of them as of yet. So hopefully the river creek will continue being nice and keep me out of the strainers. Or some of that is not up to the creek or river, it's up to the paddler to paddle through and around, not through the strainers, but paddle to get through, or around, I should say, the strainer. Never go through a strainer, even if you think you can. Do not do it. Got some more fast water coming up. This is quite a surprising little creek, I believe, at least in my opinion. Come around here and we got to figure out quickly which route we're going to take. And it looks like right here is good. Actually, we're going to stay river left. I think the better water might be river right, but yeah, there's too many houses over on that side. Totally awesome. There's some nice rock formations. Haven't seen any eagles yet. Kind of thought we might. But we have a little ways to go till we reach our destination. And who knows when we're going to get to the campsite. But it's only 10:40 in the morning. Oh, the wrong button. nice little train rapid right here. If you ever wonder how it is I know where to go on these fast moving sections of water, the river tells me. If you look, you can see a V where the currents form a V. Stay in that tongue of that V groove and you'll be just fine, as long as it's pointing downriver. See one pointing upriver, you want to avoid that one. You want a relaxing day or a relaxing weekend, this right here is the way to do it. Let me mention here real quick that there are some nice places we've passed to get out on. This little beach area is one of them. There's others just like it. However, keep in mind when you get out here to have your lunch or whatever it is you're going to do, it's private property and you're trespassing. So if you'll notice, either nobody's ever stopped there or they've picked up after themselves, which is the ideal thing to do. If you got room to bring something in, like your lunch, well, you had room to pack it in your kayak to bring it this far down the river, down the creek. You've got room to pack up your trash and haul your trash out with you. Boaters and kayakers alike have gotten a bad name from those people that just leave their trash laying around everywhere. And the landowner's got to come behind you and clean it up. He gets mad and then he stops everybody from stopping on his piece of property because he started picking up trash. But put yourself in his shoes. Would you want to pick up trash after some boater has come by and trashed his little piece of heaven on earth? So be considerate, pick up after yourself if you ever do stop. if you're approached by the landowner, please be polite to him. Chances are, if you're polite, even though he may be mad that you stopped on his property, if you're polite, he may work with you a little better. Then again, he may just say he doesn't care and he wants you off the property. In that case, you ain't got no choice but to leave. So, be respectful to landowners. All the good water is over here on River Right. But then again, that's where all the strainers are. So you do not want to get in those strainers because you will have a bad day. Okay, purposely went over that upside down V. I don't know if you heard it, but there is a stick that I could not see next to that V that could have given me problems. That was a demonstration. Don't do that. You the viewers think, but I'm thinking this is a fabulous little creek to float. If any of y'all want to come out here with me and float this sometimes, we can do a day trip. We wouldn't have to do a camping trip. Although if you want to do a camping trip with me, get me on Facebook. Get with me on Facebook and we will set a weekend up where we can come out here. But now keep in mind, I'm not a guide. I'm just an average kayaker like everybody else. But I do spend a lot of time on the creeks and rivers around central Missouri. So if you ever want to come join me, just give me a holler on Facebook and we'll set something up. Water up here in front of us looks to be fun, but it also looks like some obstacles. And by the way the water's acting, it's got some hidden obstacles as well. We want to look out for them and stay away from that kind of thing. Okay, bad choice. So what do you do in a situation like this? Oh, we got a strainer right there. And we're gonna get right in it. Okay, so this nice little island right there. What we got? That's what you got to look out for. I thought this might be some fun water, and yep, it sure ended up being some fun water because I can't get through it. Luckily this little island is right here. And I could pass through next to the island and the end of these branches. But with the current, it's going to pull me into it more. And then I'm going to have trouble. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out of the boat. And we're going to reach under here. Get the bow line. And we're going to pull this boat right on through there. So I guess this counts as our first portage of the day. Boy, is it a messy one too. We're going to keep the boat in the water, and we're just going to pass it through this area right here. Went down the main channel right through here like I should have done. This would have been avoided. But I was looking for a little bit of fun, fast water. And look where we're going. Well, that's how you get past that stretch right there. Now we'll take our bow line back off. And we'll stow it again real quick. Where we have it next time we need it. Okay. Now we're ready to go again. We're going to ferry against this fast water, across this fast water, so we don't get no strainers that the river's going to take us to, the creek's going to take it right into. All right. A little bit of difficulty, but then again, had I come this other way, right through here maybe, or where we got back in the kayak at right over there, we wouldn't have had any issues. But sometimes when you're looking for a little bit of fun, like life, the river will throw you some trouble. I mean, how many of us in our teenage years and even into our adult years thought, well, hey, let's go do this, it'll be fun. And the next thing you know, you got somebody mad and maybe the police knocking on your door or talking to you. You know, you thought it would be fun and it ended up getting you in trouble. So, I mean, the river ain't no different than life, really. Because in life, you got to take what comes, and on a river or creek, you got to take what comes. So, you know, here looks like some good, interesting water. Nice strainer right there. I'm going to get my speed up so I can power through where the current's going to push me into that. Got that upside down V right there, right next to two right side pointed down V's. So, oh shit. Oh, I got lucky there. Not sure what happened, but like I was just saying, that wasn't supposed to happen. It turned out good. I don't know what happened, other than I should have known where I went. But I was lucky, and it turned out to be no big deal. So this bridge would be Walnut Acres Road. And on Google Maps, it looked like to me that it might be a low water crossing, but obviously it's a bridge. There's supposed to be a... Oh, no, there's not. I was gonna say I thought there was access here, but there's no access. So if any of you guys are familiar with the area, this is Walnut Acres Road. You can see the rock formation right there. That's kind of pretty. And that's how you do that little deal. You just speed right through it. I want to still speed right through this stuff because I don't want to get pushed over into those trees. So I'll have a bad day. So you just power through little stretches like this. Keep your boat speed just more than the river, than the current speed. That way you maintain steering and you can make your kayak go where you want it to go and not where the river wants it to go. Because if you let the river take it where the river wants to take it, you're going to have a bad day. on the creek for almost 2 hours now, hour and a half, something like that. Have not seen another person. I've been roofing a long stretch of creek right here. Looks like now it's time to do some paddling though. I heard it coming, and now I see it coming. That looks like quite the mess right there. I think the best way around it is going to be probably right through here. I can't get a clear shot of what's on the other side of that tree. Looks like that branch might go most of the way across the water, so that'd be a bad thing. So we're going right here. The weeds tell me it's shallow right here. Got close to the strainer, but right past it. That's okay. Close is good. In it is bad. And yeah, I made the right choice. But I would have not made it through the other side of the tree like I had thought. When you turn around, we'll show you to you. No way I would have come through right here where I wanted. That would have been a bad day. So the line we came through is right here. Right here in front of us. That's the line we came through. This is going to be really tricky right here. Get washed into that log, you're going to have a bad day. Perfect. Why did I pick this spot right here? Not much room to maneuver on that log over here. chose to take this little spot knowing it would be shallow. Maybe get through, maybe not. Can't get through it, but that's okay. But I can walk over this little bit and save me the trouble for having a bad day along that log possibly. Plus, gives me a chance to scout downriver. So, right down here we have another situation. I think I can get through it on river right. So let's go see. This right here is what kayaking is all about. The closer I get to it, the better it's looking. River wants to take me right through that strainer. We're going to get some speed. Now we're going to power right through the current. Power right to it. Just like that. North Moreau Creek has a lot to offer, I'm telling you. You're gonna get a little wet, at least your feet. Being Memorial Day, the water is still a bit on the cold side, but if it's just your feet getting wet, you're okay. Such a beautiful weekend to do this. Some more water coming up here. Gonna keep our speed up. Wherever you see the V, we're gonna go right for it. That's how you hit the V. This looks like maybe a little challenging part of the creek right here. I'm liking it. Nothing wrong with a good challenge. We're not all that far from the confluence of the North Creek, South Creek, and Moreau River. A little bit out from that yet. No good way around that except right here. Okay. Whew. That was not supposed to happen. So what we're going to do is this right here. Alright, what was supposed to happen is come right through here. I couldn't get enough speed up to break through that eddy line, and it got me. So, looking back, the thing to do in that case is to catch that island right there, which I thought about, but I didn't. I overestimated the river, the creek. I should have caught that island, got out, portage, and come back. But all's well. We'll call that a warning from the creek. And sometimes these things happen. Not supposed to happen. Sometimes they do. That was pretty gnarly, and for a longboat, 12-foot boat loaded, yeah, should have portaged that one. Don't ever overestimate the power of the river or creek. And right there's a perfect example why. Alright, it's our lesson for today, and I hope the only one. Alright, a little hung up right there, but we're fine. Whew! All right. Made a check all my gear, and I still have all my gear. So we're doing just fine. And the creek taught us a lesson. Trouble spot back there. Next time the rain's real good and the river comes up, that will all get washed out of there and it will be someplace else. And hopefully it will be laid in the river. Well, hopefully it'll be laid on the river bank and not in the river. But if it is, hopefully it'll be positioned a little bit better than what it is right now. That's the thing. Go on a river today, go on the same river next month, even next week, depending on the weather and the rain and everything. It's probably not going to be the same river. Every time it rains, something's going to change on the river. Maybe you don't notice it, maybe you will, but the river will change. Not all of it, just certain little spots. Whether it's a trouble spot today, after a good rain, might not be a trouble spot no more. If I was looking for a campsite, which is too early yet to look for one, plus I got one in mind. This little island right here, or it's not really an island, it's an outcropping, would be probably a good spot to have a camp. Kind of looks like it from here. Sandy beach. Anyway, it's nice. Looks like it'd be a nice place. Okay, so here we are. We're at the confluence of the South Moreau Creek, right here in front of us. Well, this is the South Moreau Creek. We just came out of the North Moreau Creek. Which is right here. Go up here a little bit, we're going to get turned around. Okay, this land right here in front of us with this really high bank is an island. It's a very large island. If you could actually land on it, I would say it would have lots of potential for camping. But with the bank the way it is, at least right here, and I didn't see it any better on the other, up on the upriver side of it. But there's a little slough that I did not go down. Maybe you could get out on that island there. So now we are technically in the Moreau River. Okay, we got some more fast water. It's not looking real good right about now. So we're gonna hit this little island or bank. I guess it's a bank, river bank. And we're gonna scout it out. Before we attempt to go through it. See what it's like. At least that's what I'm hoping to do. Like right there is a place we're gonna hit. Beautiful. All right. So after scouting, I decided to come down river right. And there you have it. Hey, this bridge coming up right here is Lesh Road. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So far today, other than a few bridges and maybe a few vehicles crossing those bridges, I have not seen any signs of civilization. That is a very pleasant feeling. I don't think these birds are liking me invading their territory. It's okay, I'm not invading, I'm just passing through. This is a fun river. Especially if it's up a little bit like it is today. Oh. I hear voices. We've been drifting a while on the Moreau River. Now we got some piling to do. Now we can go back to drifting. Back to paddling. all about right there. Just paddle through it. Sites like this, these big rocks that came from somewhere, just amaze me. Okay, we're getting paddle on again. Going right for that V. and drift for a while again. Just something about rock formations. Simply just a beautiful river. Right now I'm cruising along at 4 miles an hour. Not really working. Nice flat water. This is just a really good stretch of river. baby duckies. Come on, baby duckies. There you go. Where'd they duck off to? There they are. They popped up. Yeah, they're doing fine. Oh, we got one up in front of us. Come on, little ducky. Or whatever you were. Think I hear some more water. Time to get the paddle in the water again. I think the best line is going to be right here. Yep, I think that was the best line. A little shallow right here. That was a nice ride. Hey, a nice quiet stretch of river again. We're coming up on the Highway 54 bridge. Right there. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Our campsite, my campsite, I don't think is very far from here. A couple of river miles. Tower's gonna be home for the night. I see it. So we're coming up to Honey Creek access on the Moreau River, which is going to be home for the night. It's 2:40 in the afternoon. We have come 13.9 miles in 4 hours travel time. Did have a few stops in there, but that's not in that 4 hours. A 4 hour and 18 minutes is just the moving time. So here's Honey Creek. Okay, so I've made it to Honey Creek. I've checked out the campsite, and there's an entire family camping. I mean, I'm talking mom, dad, son, daughter, husband, and wives. There's like no place for me. So I think the plan's gonna be, I've called for my shuttle guy to come. He's really loving today. We had a rough start getting me in the river. Now he's got to unexpectedly come and get me, and I got to unexpectedly not go camping tonight. So I think what I'm going to do when he gets here, I might have him drop me off somewhere on the Missouri River, and I'll set up camp, and he can pick me up from Jeff City tomorrow. That's if he's willing to do it. I'd go on down the river, but I'm pretty certain there's no island that I can camp on between here and Moreau 50 access, which is 27 miles away, which I could do in about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and he really don't want me on the water at dark, which I don't got a problem with it, but he does, which I can't say I blame him. So, nice view of the river. I would go up and show the campsite, but I'm pretty sure the family up there would not appreciate that. I did go speak with them, and apparently they were going to go to Scrivener, and somebody had stole that camping spot, so they came and not knowingly stole my camping spot. I'd love to go down the river, find me an island, but I've been down this stretch of river before, and there's not one. So I'd have to go all the way to Moreau 50 access, which is no big deal. I'd do it. I'd do the last several miles in the dark, which I have no problem doing, but oh well. So I guess this is gonna end this trip. See if I can camp somewhere else.